Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Oh, what an exciting day it is today. It is launch day and it is my birthday. And you know, Stampin' Up just decided that for a happy birthday gift, they were gonna launch all of this awesome goodness for me and for us today. So I have so much to share with you. And we have Technique Tuesday that we're going to get into in a minute, but I wanted to share with you all that has launched today. Wow, wow, wow. So we have a brand new mini catalog that starts today, January 7th, 2025. I mean, can we hardly believe that it's 2025, right? And I can officially share all of the fun that is in our new mini catalog. So we will be diving into lots of these new products over the next few months. So we have a new mini catalog that launched today. We have, going along with that, for January and February, it is celebration time, and celebration is the best way to describe it is freebies, right? And so during celebration, with every $60 that you spend, you get to select a free item. Maybe it's a stamp set, maybe it's some designer series paper, an embossing folder, some embellishments. I mean, there is everything in this. If you spend $120, there are some bigger sets. We call those level 2 freebies. And so you can just, there is no limit on them. You can just earn them to your heart's content. So the new mini catalog celebration is for January and February. There are new online exclusives. Oh my goodness, these are only found online. New stamp sets, new papers, new dies. I mean, tons of fun there. And we have a new paper crafting brochure that has scrapbook items. It has designer series paper. It has sticker sheets. It has stamp sets. I mean, let me just get to it. It's got bees. Meant to Be is one of the new fun sets in there. And there is coordinating designer series paper. There are new stamps, bee stamps and dies, sticker sheets, new cardstock. I mean, they just knocked it out of the park with all of the fun. So you're going to want to check all of this out. If you need paper catalogs and you want me to be your demonstrator, just let me know and I will pop these right in the mail to you. If I haven't yet sent yours already, I will be happy to do that if you'd like me to be your demonstrator. You can also find all of these items on my online store, and I will link that in the description of this video as well. So all kinds of fun today. You're not going to want to miss any of that. And you will be seeing lots of this in my upcoming videos. So I'm going to bring in some grid paper today because it is Technique Tuesday. And we are going to be doing a fun floating technique. It's quick, it's easy, and it really packs a wow. So for today's technique, you're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need some fun designer series paper. So I think this new Marbled Elegance, this is one of our online exclusive papers. It's got reds and pinks and whites and gold. It is just beautiful. So we're going to be using some of this marbled paper today. And you're also going to need something called window sheets. So of course, this is not going to show well because of the glare, but window sheets are clear. They are clear acetate. See, it's going to pick up my light, but they are clear acetate sheets. And I just like to store mine in one of those stamp cases. They come in 12 by 12 in a pack like this. And you get 2 of those sheets, but 2 of them makes lots and lots of projects. So for today's project, I already cut up some of that designer series paper and one of those window sheets. So you can see my light reflects in there. So you won't be able to see it over here, but it's here. So it's just a clear acetate sheet. And we've got our strips of some of that designer series paper. These are cut into half inch strips. And we're gonna use our grid paper. So I'm gonna just take I'm gonna leave that glare on there so you can kind of see where this is on my grid paper. We're gonna need a little bit of liquid adhesive. So it's super easy. We're just gonna take one of our strips. You can use either side. I really love the foiled side. So we're just gonna put a bit of liquid glue on the back of our strip. And I'm using my grid paper here to line this up. So this first one is just gonna be along the top of that piece of window sheet. So you can see it's just attached there to the top. You can see that it's the glue, it'll dry clear when we're done. So we've got that there. Okay, so the first one is there. We're gonna add a second one now. And my strips are longer on purpose, but this is why we need our grid paper. So I'm just gonna line this up, and then I'm just going to skip a grid. And you can see I'm just lining this up so that it's straight all the way across. So we have like one grid square. Hopefully you can see that right across. Good morning, Kathy. Then we're gonna take another one of our strips here. We're gonna add some more glue, and we're just gonna do this, and we're going to make sure our sheet is straight here, lined up. We're gonna skip a square grid all the way across, and we're just gonna keep doing this all the way down. So you can see they are attached there to that window sheet. We'll just move on to the next one. We're gonna do this all the way down. So the layer that I am using is 4 by 5 1/4 on my window sheet here. So I just cut that down so that it is the size of the card front, the layer that I want on the card, right? Okay, so we're just gonna keep on moving here. It usually takes about, it depends how far you space them out, but about 6 or 7 of these across for this layer. And there's no right or wrong, right? Just can keep adding them. The grid paper underneath just helps you to line it up. And so we don't want it stuck to my grid paper there, right? Okay, and then we've got our next one here, and I think we'll just need one more. Yes, about 7 of them. We'll go across. So this will be our last one here. We'll line that up, just right along that grid. Love our, ooh, that one got stuck. Love our grid paper for helping with projects, right? Okay, now we're gonna let this dry, and we're gonna flip this over. I'm gonna grab some of my paper snips here, and we're just gonna go all along here. I found that this is a lot easier to just snip off the excess than to try to cut them all to size and get them exactly on there. And then we've got our beautiful layer. So then we want this to be dry, so it's not quite dry yet, but it's okay. We can make it work for this video. We're gonna take some of our Stampin' Dimensionals here, and I'm just putting these are the perfect size for this because you want to put them behind those strips. So the goal of this technique, let's put a couple in the middle, is that these strips look like they are floating on our card base. So now let's bring in a card base that's just some basic white. Get the backings off here, and then I'll show you some finished cards with this technique. But it's so fun, this floating. It really gives a wow effect. That last one off there. Okay, and then we will just line this up. This is just some basic white card base. And it is best when these are totally dry, which just takes a minute or two. But now our strips, there we go. Our strips give the effect that they are floating on top of our card. Isn't that fun? And I think that marbled elegance just paper looks so good with this. So let me share with you some finished cards using this technique. So I made a couple of Valentine's cards. So here's the opposite side of this paper that I did kind of that same technique, sending lots of love. That comes from the Hearts of Elegance stamp set. This is one of our online exclusives. And the paper, the marbled elegance paper, goes with this. So these sentiments and this die came from that. So something I wanted to mention with this technique is when you're decorating the front of your card, you want to try not to cover up these floating strips, right? Because you want everybody to be able to see the beauty of this floating technique. And then I have one more to share with you, and so that's using the same patterns of that marbled elegance. Same sentiment here, inside, same thing, Happy Valentine's Day. We've got those beautiful strips on that acetate, and you can see how straight they look, right, when you use the grid paper to line them up. I've tried it without the grid paper, and sometimes they're kind of wonky, right? And then this is one of the new celebration dies that you can get for free with your order during celebration, which is January and February of 2025. So 3 cards here. Well, 2 cards and 1 technique to show you what fun it is to do these floating strips technique on your cards. It's very easy. It's a great way to use up some scraps, right? We all have some scraps, and so using those small 1/2-inch pieces that we have left over is so fun to be able to use them in a new fun way, right? So happy Technique Tuesday, happy launch day, oh my goodness, all the fun, happy celebration, new catalogs, all the things. I'm happy to mail one out to you if I am your demonstrator and you'd love a paper catalog in your hands. You just let me know and I will send one your way. And of course, thanks so much for watching my video today, liking, subscribing, sharing with your friends. It makes all the difference to me. And I really appreciate you. So I will see you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.